Now, in all honesty, so we're gonna do the face, but in all honesty, depending on your face, this could be entirely different. So, gonna do the best I can with what we have here, but just realize that obviously this is going to be different depending on your individual needs. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go to face, and I'm going to determine, I'm just going to make my, let's see, my mouth here. So I'm just going to grab this, just those, okay? This is not going to be a great looking face. This is just going to bare bones do it. I'm just going to go ahead and extrude, Control E. And I will hit that, one of these little squares, any one of them, and then scale inwards to basically get the mouth shape, sort of. Let's see, kind of flatten that. That doesn't really do too much. Okay. And there's our edge loop for our mouth. Okay, this is going to take some shaping, but that's the basics of it. Now, looking at this here, so I'm going to grab these. Let's grab this in general, and we'll go like this, and I am going to go ahead and sort of scale this and pull it forward a touch so that we get those more towards the center. Let's go ahead and scale these. Alright, more towards the center. Alright. Okay, so I got those. That's something. So I'm going to grab that. Oops, that's not what I meant to hit. And the eyes are normally right in the center, right? So they'll be right here. So I'm going to grab this. I don't know, do I want to go more? We'll just go like that. That should suffice. I'm going to hit extrude. Click on this. Scale inwards. Which isn't really doing that great of a job. Let's see, can I scale this way? Let's see if I move. That's not doing it. That's not doing it. We'll see. We'll go with that for now. And then I'm going to grab this, and this, and we're going to do the same thing. Control E. Boom, and I'm going to scale inwards. Okay. So now if you look, we have the basis of all the parts we need. Okay, so I have a nose, and a brow, and I have eyes and a mouth. Okay, so from there, oh, and we'll also do an ear. So the ear would be about halfway, should be basically from the brow to the nose here. So I'm going to go one back. And again, this kind of depends on the size of your character, how big you want the ears to be and what have you. So I'll say Control E. I'm really only going to worry about one side specifically, and then I will worry about the others afterwards. So there you go. There's an ear. All right. So from this point now, we need to start shaping it. So this is going to change depending on what you're making. So I'm going to select this. I'm going to go to the modeling toolkit, which is like the Minecraft and Hammer thing here. And I'm going to do Object X. That way, when I do something on one side, it should happen on the other. Got to redo this selection. Boom to boom. And we will kind of pull that in. I'm going to grab this, and this. And also kind of pull that in to kind of get a nose. That should suffice. Let's see. Alright, so let's say we take this, and I'm going to select this one and this one. I'm going to delete those, and I'm actually going to go ahead and where are you? Multi-cut. There we go. I'm going to go here. Oh, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's undo that. That's not really doing it for me anyway. So as you can see, depending on what you're making, it's going to change roughly how your thing's going to look. So I'm going to go ahead and grab these faces, and I'll hit Control E to extrude. I'm going to pull them out a little bit, this, and scale it in a little bit. Alright, and that will give me, now if I hit 3, you'll see we're starting to get kind of a face, okay? Not super keen on what I got here for the brow. Kind of wish I would have went over one more. So I'm trying to think of the best way to go about doing that. enter. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do multi-cut here to here, and then here, 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 and here. Boop. And I'm going to go here to here, enter, and here to here, enter. And then I'm going to grab this one, this one, this one, and I'm going to hit Control Delete, which will delete those pieces. I'm going to take this and pull this outwards. Alright, and that's going to give me kind of my brow back. Okay. And that should suffice. This is kind of coming out a little bit. There we go. Alright. That's a little better. I'm going to grab these faces here, and I'm going to take them and kind of pull it in and over. And I'm going to scale it down a little bit. And we're going to take these vertices here, and I'm going to scale them wider so that basically it's more eye-shaped. And let's go, I'm going to scale this actually up a little bit more too. Okay, that looks presentable. Then what I'm going to do is extrude, Control E, hit this, and we will cut in a little bit, or scale it in a little. And there we go. And I'm just going to pull it out a touch. And then I will hit G, since this is the last thing we did, and then push this one in. That didn't work. It's Control, or I'm sorry, it should be just G. And push in a little bit. And once I get in, I'll just hit delete. And now I have an eye hole, okay, with an eyelid. So if I hit 3, you can see we're starting to get kind of a face. Okay. Now let's go ahead and go here, and basically I need to get rid of all of that. Delete. Double click on that, and I am going to scale this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold D for rotate pivot. I'm going to rotate it in the same angle that it currently is, and then scale it down. Also scale it this way a little bit, and we'll pull it out a touch. That looks adequate. Alright, so again, hit 3. You can see I'm starting to get a mouth and all that business. I'm going to go ahead and use the multi-cut tool and add another piece in here. Alright, and Q. And I'm going to go to vertices. I'm going to take this one, move this one in. And we'll take these and pull these out a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and insert another edge loop. I'm going to put this one kind of close like that. And what I'm going to do is grab these, those two edges. I'm going to move those in like this. Then I'm going to hold B, click and drag. And I'm going to kind of pull those in a little bit more like that. Then I'm going to grab this one and this one. I'm going to undo my B. Well, I guess I'll just take it off. I'm going to take this and kind of pull this forward and over. What I'm looking to do is basically create kind of that dimple you get from the mouth being inwards more than the cheeks. Okay? Alright, and then we'll go back to 1 again. And I'm actually going to go from here to here. And we will just take this, and I'm going to move it down and over. Take this down, and here to, there to there. And move it up like that. Alright, and then we're going to grab this whole thing. I'm going to hit Control E, and we are going to W, hit extrude, and extrude inwards to make the inside of the lips here. I don't know if you can kind of see it or not. But basically we're putting kind of a thickness there. And then I'm going to hit Control E again, and this time I'm going to kind of come this direction. And we'll also go inwards. We'll hit W for the inwards. They kind of come in, and then Control, actually we'll just hit G since this is the last thing we did. And I'm just going to hit W to pull this in more, and we will scale it. Okay, so you kind of see what we've been building here. And I'm going to scale it flat to make it straight. And then I'll hit G again, W, pull it in. Pull it in. And that looks okay. So I'm going to call that good for now. And what I'm going to do is just do mesh fill hole. Mesh. fill hole, but you can see basically I got edges. This is just one big end gone, which is what I don't want. So I'm using my multi-cut tool. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go to the corresponding vertice, which is here. Okay. And I'm going to go here to the corresponding vertice, which is here. And hang on a second. All right, so then I'm just going to cut here to the other vertice, which is here. Enter. And I'm going to click here to the other one here, and enter. All right, that didn't work. Let's try it again. Boom. Enter. Alright, that sucks. This one to this one to this one. Enter. And I'll go here. I think because of the mirroring, it's messing it up. Okay, good. So I got the inside of the mouth done. I would go through and shape this a little bit more so you can see, like, obviously, clearly this needs to be more rounded and stuff, but I'm not going to waste a whole ton of time on that. Let's see. 3 real quick. This is what we got. As you can see. Okay. So, that is something. And let's continue on. Alright. Definitely got some things going on there. Alright, so we got that going. That's good, that's good. Alright, so now what I need to do is make the eyeball. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a sphere. Alright, and we're going to pull it up. And we're going to put the eyeball in before we actually shape the eye here. So I'm just going to rotate it forward, Control Z, and I need to rotate it, not that one, not this one, this one, okay. I need to rotate it on Z, no, on X, sorry, 90 degrees. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to up the res to 16 by 16 as opposed to 8 by 8, which normally we do everything in. And I'm going to put the eyeball roughly where it should be. And spacebar, take this guy, put it over here. I'm going to turn wireframe unshaded so I can roughly see where the eye is. So it goes like here. We're going to scale this puppy down. Alright. Pull it forward again. And we'll scale it down just a little bit more. Alright, we'll go like that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this eye as a guide. I'm going to turn wireframe unshaded. To manipulate the geometry here. So I'm going to grab this one, this one, this one. Hold B, click and drag. And I am going to bring this down and over so that it goes like that. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'll hit 4 so I can see inside my model. I'm going to grab this one, and this one, and this one. Alright, I'll hit 5 back again. And I am going to make sure I got that up, and we're going to bring it out and over, like so. And then what I'm going to do is go to edge here, kind of bring this up and over, grab this edge here, bring this up and over, and then we'll take this one, soften this a touch, bring this down and over, this one, bring this kind of down and over, pull this guy out a little bit. Alright, so I'm more or less just, let's go to vertices, take this guy, let's turn this off a little bit. Okay, more or less just trying to get the eye kind of, to wrap around the eye as best I can. Okay, so this one, pull this out, let's turn this off first, and then we'll make it back on. Alright. And I'm going to go to this, and this, and this, and we'll turn soft select off. I'm going to use the slide edge tool. Slide that up a little bit, because I don't really want a strong, like, crazy thing going up there. Alright, so now if I hit 3, alright, you can see we're getting a little bit closer to what we want. So hit 1. I'm just going to go ahead and save this real quick as the next version. 4, and we will finish the face on the next video.